Plaguebot didn't wipe any countries out, but it definitely filled a lot of them up, which is going to keep me from moving into them. But next turn around, this lethality is going to hit, and these countries are going to start getting wiped out and added to its trophy case over here. We get to go. We control South Korea, Mongolia. We do not control Iran, so we'll get 2 plus our 1 to take us up to 10. Now we can choose a country card. I don't want to put any more in Europe right now, especially since I can't go to these cold countries. And Bolivia's over here in South America, and I wouldn't be able to make it to that one either. I will draw from the face down, stack, and ooh, that's a big one. China. Airport, seaport, 8 spaces on it. Now do I want to put that out, or do I want to discard it and get new cards? Because I'm afraid if I put it out, Plaguebot's going to run rampant in there. I will choose to discard it. I don't want to give a big country like that to Plaguebot. So I'll discard that. I'll discard my 3 traits, 3 trait cards that I had, and draw a new hand of 5. And this time I got pneumonia, paranoia, heat resistance, air transmission. That's something I need. And then some more infectivity. Right now, I'm not in any countries with an airport, so the airborne trait would not help me. I'll spend 2 and purchase insomnia and get more infectivity. And that'll give me a total of 4. So now I can place 4 tokens in the future. Doesn't help me much right now, because there's only one spot open for me, and that's in Iran. I cannot come over here to Peru or South Africa right now. So that's all I get to infect at this time. I'm hoping to kill some countries off though, so I can gain some more event cards. I need them to try to gain an advantage on Plaguebot, which is about to run out of control on me. Need to get lucky here and roll a couple of 1s. I have control in Mongolia and South Korea outright, and I'm tied in Iran for control, so I'll get to roll for all 3 of these on the death roll. Starting with Mongolia. Didn't work. South Korea. No. And finally, Iran. Yes, one of them was wiped out at least. I was able to kill off Iran. I'll take my 2 tokens, get 2 points. Plaguebot gets its 2 back, and will gain 4 points, but I get to keep the card as a trophy. Plaguebot will start by drawing their card, and it's Germany in Europe. Another big country for it to take over. And I almost forgot, I did kill a country off, so I should have drawn an event card that I can use next round. Here on business. At the start of your turn, choose one country. Move one of your tokens to that country from any other country. Ignore climate or connected status. Move one of your tokens to that country from another country. Alright. That's nice. I can move into somewhere that I couldn't get a foothold previously. Maybe I'll get over here into Germany, but maybe I'll go over to Peru and stay in South America by myself because it doesn't have airborne. Right now, it could draw it right now. And it's going to auto-evolve. These cards will move over and it'll get a new trait, which is another infectivity through hallucinations. Infectivity. 1 token in every climate suitable connected country. South Africa. And it is connected to Europe because they're on the same continent. Lethality. The only country that Plaguebot is not in is Peru, and it can't get there. But it will kill off a fully infected country, the biggest one, which right now, the biggest one that it controls is this one with 5 cities here in South Africa. So it will kill that off. And that will gain it 10 points total, taking it up to 19. And gets Peru as a trophy. Next we have cold resistance. There are no cold countries open. Waterborne. It can go to Germany. So it'll place a token there because it has a port. And then infectivity again. Oops, swapped the wrong cards there. South Africa is what it got, and Peru is over here in South America. And then Germany will gain another one due to infectivity. Now at the beginning of my turn, I'm going to use the Here on Business event to move a token to another country from one of mine. Do I want to go to Germany? Yeah, I know. I'm going to go to Germany. I'm going to take one of mine off of Mongolia and move it to Germany. Now a country card. Bolivia is in South America. So we'll take Bolivia and put it into play. And another South American card will go face up. Venezuela. I accidentally skipped right over the DNA phase, and I have control in 2 countries. Even after I moved one over, I'm still tied here, so 2 countries there. My DNA bonus spot is still open on my player board. I already did the country phase. Now evolution, I'm going to spend 2 and purchase. I'm going to purchase airborne. And that'll allow me to move because I'm in a country with an airport now. Infectivity is still at 4, so I can take 4 tokens. I'll place 1 back on Mongolia. I'll place 1 on Germany. And since I have airborne, I'll place 1 in Peru. And since I'm connected to Peru, I'll place 1 in Bolivia. It's time to try and kill off some of these countries, starting with South Korea. No. Mongolia. Yes. Mongolia is wiped out, giving me 2 points. Giving Plaguebot 2 points for its 1 token. I'll take another trophy from the Asian continent. I don't have control in any other countries that are full. That'll be it for my death rolls, taking us over to Plaguebot's turn. Draw a country for Plaguebot. Ooh, it's our first hot country. Saudi Arabia on the Asian continent. Now, these are going to move over. The one on the very end gets discarded now that they're all full, in order to make space for the next trait, which is diarrhea, heat resistance, and infectivity. Heat resistance is just the opposite and it acts the same as cold resistance. You can place a token in every hot connected country, which we do have one right now, which is Saudi Arabia. It has heat resistance, so it can go there because it's connected in the Asian Peninsula. Infectivity will give us 1 in Saudi Arabia. Luckily, it does not have the airborne trait on any of its cards, so we don't have to worry about that. Infectivity a second time will allow it to go again in Saudi Arabia. Then lethality There are no connected countries that it can move to that it doesn't have a token in already. It can't make it over here, but it will kill off the largest country that it has control of, and that is Germany. It has 3 tokens there, and Germany has 5 cities, so it will kill off Germany. I'll give Plaguebot 6 points, taking it up to 27. I had 2 tokens on there. It'll give me an additional 2, and Plaguebot has a trophy from Europe now. There are no cold countries out for its cold resistance to take effect. Taking it to our turn, and we control 1, 2, 3 countries, and we still have our bonus. Now where do we want to go? I don't have cold resistance, so Iceland and Ukraine won't do me any good. Venezuela is in South America. I could bring that one into play. I think I will bring one of these cold countries into play. Iceland in Europe. And that'll bring out Chile, another cold country in South America. And I'm going to evolve by spending 12. I'm at 19, so that's going to take me down to 7 because I'm going to bring into play pneumonia to give myself cold resistance and an additional infectivity. I'll cover up my bonus DNA. But that will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infectivity. Whoop. Iceland has a port. I'm in a country with a port, and I have the waterborne trait. So I can go to Iceland, and I'm going to use 2 of them and fill that one up right away. I don't have heat resistance, so I can't go to Saudi Arabia, but I will complete Bolivia and put another one in Peru. We'll start in South Korea. Unfortunately, I still have to get 1s. No luck there. We'll go to Iceland. No. And finally, Bolivia. No. I think on my next turn, I'm going to trade these in by discarding a country because these 2 are... I need to get something with more lethality. Plus, when I got rid of Mongolia, I forgot to draw an event, infected board game. At the start of your turn, choose 1 climate suitable country that you infect. Place up to 2 tokens in that country. Plaguebot draws Panama over in North America. It's our first North American entry. It will auto evolve, losing its cold resistance and gaining another lethality through psychosis. Starting with lethality, it doesn't have waterborne or airborne, so it cannot make it to these countries that it's not in, but it will destroy the largest country it controls. That is Italy with 4. Yes, so Italy is taken out, giving it 8 points, taking it up to 35. And another Europe trophy. Heat resistance allow it to place the final token there in Saudi Arabia. Then we get to infectivity, and all the countries are full here, and it cannot make it to North or South America. Same with that infectivity. Again, lethality can't make it, but it will wipe out another country. And that's another one with 4, which is Saudi Arabia, giving it another 8 points, and its first trophy in Asia. That 8 points takes it up to 43, and Plaguebot is running away from me. I need to try to make some moves here. First, let's see how many DNA points I have. I control 1, 2, 3, 4 countries. That'll take me up 4 to 11. And what country do I want to pick? Venezuela will bring me to South America. I have cold resistance, and that's a South American and a European country. I need to get a hold of a European country. I'm going to take the Ukraine. Yeah, I'll take the Ukraine and place it in Europe. And that'll bring out Pakistan in Asia. That's a big country also with 6 city spaces on it. I have 11 points. All I have is paranoia and heat resistance. Not worried about heat resistance, but I'd like to bring this paranoia in, so I'll hold on to it. I'll have to hold on to it anyway because I placed a country, but I get one more, then I can replace one of these infectivities down here, because you can devolve at any time, take one off during your turn. You don't get the points for it, but it allows you to put something better in. So we'll skip past the evolve. I did have this card. At the start of your turn, choose one climate suitable country, place 2 tokens. So I want to wait till I have a country that has 2 open spaces that I infect. Infectivity. So I got 5. I'll put 1 on Peru. I do have cold resistance and I'm already in Europe, so I'll put the remaining 4 on there. Or do I want to? I do have a country with a seaport that I've infected, and I have waterborne, so I'll put 2 on the Ukraine, and I'll put 2 on Panama, since it has a seaport and I can still go across the water. I'm going to need some 1s and some luck. I have a lot of countries to try at. We'll start over here in South Korea. No good. Iceland. Nothing. Panama. No. Bolivia. No. Peru. No. That was terrible. But then again, I only had 1 number that would help me out. I definitely need to get some more lethality. Plaguebot draws a country, and we have Nigeria in Africa, and that's a country that's hot. Can't get the camera to focus for me. Let me try one more time before I redo it. Okay, I think that's good. They do have heat resistance, so that's not good for me. It's going to lose one of its lethality. Move all of its other traits over. And it's going to gain, infectivity and lethality with internal hemorrhaging. That's rough. Plaguebot starts with infectivity, and it does not have cold resistance, so it can't get into Ukraine, but it can place 1 on Nigeria because it does have heat resistance. Lethality, again, it can't go into the Ukraine, but it will kill off the largest country it controls, and there are 2 right now, the size of 3. Morocco and Norway. And it looks like Morocco has the larger population. Yes, easily. So Morocco has been sent to the trophy pile, and 6 points takes him up to 49. A second lethality will take out Norway. Give him another 6 points and another trophy from Europe. Going up to 55 now. Heat resistance. It's going to allow it to place 1. And then infectivity followed by another infectivity. So now the beginning of my turn, and I will use my infected board game. At the start of my turn, choose one climate suitable country that I infect, place up to 2 tokens in that country. Or do I want to do that now? Because I only got 1 token. No, I'll hold on to that. I don't want to do that now. I control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries. Oh, I forgot to put my token on at the end of the last turn. It was on 11. So 6 countries will give me 6 points, up to 17. I really need some infectivity. I got to start taking these countries out to boost my score. I'll never catch up. Okay, so I will take... There's 2 South American countries. I'll take... Actually, I'm going to take Pakistan and discard it. And bring another into play. Woof, that's a big country. That was India. India is another one of those big 8 spaces, but it's a hot country that I can't go into. I can get rid of these 2 and draw 5 new trait cards. We got a sore throat, it's just infectivity, confusion, cold resistance, total organ failure. Well, that will do, but I'll take tumors because I can't afford total organ failure, and that'll give me 2 lethality. That's what I needed. I needed something that was going to give me at least 2. If I could afford total organ failure, I'd go for it, but I don't have 21. Before I evolve, I will devolve, sweating. Then I will spend 13, which will take this down to 4, and bring in the tumors to give me much more lethality. Now I can infect. I only have 1 to place, and I'll place it here on the Ukraine. Now the death rolls should be more successful. I have a total lethality of 3, so 1, 2, and 3 will wipe a country out. Starting with South Korea. That'll take care of that. That'll give me 3 points. And Plaguebot will get 4. So 3 points will put me at 7. I'll take this as a trophy. We'll go to Iceland. No success. Panama. No. Bolivia. Yes. That'll give me 3 more points. And a trophy. That's 2 countries down, so I will draw 2 event cards. CDC alert. If any player tries to place a token in a country, prevent it. No one can place tokens in that country until your next turn. I can stop him from placing one. And for the second country, I killed corpse transmission. At the end of your turn, if you killed any countries, choose one country you are connected to. Place up to 2 tokens, 2 of your tokens in that country. Ignore climate. Oh, that's nice. And finally we have Peru. No luck there. Brings us to Plaguebot. Draw on a new country. France. Got 5 spaces and an airport. Gives us another one in Europe. It will lose one of its infectivity, which doesn't hurt it very much. And it will now pick up another lethality, which isn't too bad considering it doesn't really control much right now. The first lethality, it doesn't have airborne, so it can't make it to France, and doesn't have a country that it controls. Its full infectivity still has that heat resistance, so it can put another one here. Lethality again doesn't do anything. Again, it doesn't do anything. Heat resistance will allow it to place the final space on Nigeria. And infectivity, it has nowhere to go. There's no open spaces that it's connected to. That was a fairly mild Plaguebot round. I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 more, taking me to 14. We got South America, we got India, but I don't have heat resistance, and then we got another South American country. I'll take my chance with the blind draw, and it's an Asian country, which is Russia, with an airport. Do I want to trade it in for more cards? I already have cold resistance and airborne. I don't think so. I'll go ahead and... tough choice. I already have 4 trophies in Asia. I don't need another one. I will discard it. Get rid of my 4 traits that I have and draw a new 5 and hope for something that I can really use. Rash. Dysentery is nice. Don't get to say that too often. Got heat resistance and lethality. Another double lethality. Ooh, insanity. And gastric ulceration. I'm going to hold out another turn. I'm going to try and get enough points to get that insanity in play. So I'm not going to evolve. My infectivity is 4. I still have my cold resistance, so we'll get to Ukraine and then we'll put the remaining 3 on France. Got a lethality of 3. We'll start here in Iceland. No. Ukraine. No. Panama. No. Jeez. And Peru. Well, at least got rid of 1, so that'll add 3, and I'll get my second South American trophy. Get my 3 points, taking me to 17, and bringing Plaguebot back around for a turn. Draws Egypt. Hot country in Africa. We'll lose heat resistance. Good. And infectivity. But it could gain 1 or more right back. It gains back its infectivity, but it does not have heat resistance anymore. That'll keep it out of Egypt there. Plaguebot can't go anywhere with infectivity, but it can wipe out Nigeria with its lethality and gain another 12 points, taking that all the way up to 71, and another trophy. Infectivity will do no good. It doesn't have any tokens out on the board, so the Plaguebot is stuck. But it did get to do something at the beginning of the turn, and we'll go into the Plaguebot is stuck rules in the next round when it's not able to do anything because it doesn't have any tokens on the board. So all the rest of this stuff is unable to do anything.